Coach, winter is just around the corner as you get a look at New Era Field just south of Buffalo, New York. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. It's the final 3 weeks of the season, still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This is taken at his 4. Now the rookie from Tennessee, John Kelly. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On second down, here's Allen. And this will be a dump off for Kelly. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Here's the now 30-year-old running back, LeSean McCoy, and he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Left side here. Caught by Clay. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Detroit!
From the gun, it's Allen. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
180. Hey, tag 50 left.
This is the newest member of the Lion backfield, LeGarrette Blount. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Set. Luady. Hey, hot, hot.
Now a carry for Blount. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
50. Hot.
Stafford on third down. Going underneath to Blount. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4.
Set. Luady. Hey, hot, hot. Go.
Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. It's complete to Golden Tate. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
Set. 180. Ready.
Here's Stafford now on second down. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Hey. Let's go now. Let's go.
Here's Blount. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker couldn't make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
12 yards that time and a Bills first down. Charles, I think sometimes maybe we take LeSean McCoy for granted. Been in the league since 2009. He's played 12 or more games every season as a running back. 30 years old this year. What do you see for his future?
I still see a very bright future for him, and you're exactly right. We do kind of take him for granted. Remember, he was with Philadelphia. Then
Corey Coleman, the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Corey Coleman, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bills have taken the early lead. Hauschka with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Lions. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage. Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. Third and 10 wasn't going to be easy. Now after the holding penalty, they have to deal with a 3rd and 20. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they've got it just 2 yards away from the end zone. They'll have it 1st and goal here from the 2-yard line. They've made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been prepping for. Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Back at it. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Josh Allen with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Bills will add on to their lead. He hit him earlier in this first quarter with his arm. Now he does it with his legs.
Right now, he's one of those stat stuffers that you see on the basketball court. You know, the guy with points, rebounds, assists, steals. One with the arm, one with the legs. Let's see if he can continue this pace.
And sending out the reminder that, yeah, look, I'm known for having an arm, but I can do it with the legs on occasion when I need to. So here come the Lions now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, go here. Set.
Throwing again. Stafford. Out to the right here to Wilson. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I think the training and practice broke down on that play because he simply didn't run the route deep enough to get to the first down marker, despite what was a really nice catch and toe tap on the sideline.
Yeah, that's 3rd down 101. You got to go to the marker, know where it is. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And here come the Bills. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He'll leave it for Kelly, complete. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. This complete to the tight end, Clay. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
They go play action here on 1st down. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Allen now looking to throw on 2nd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with McCoy. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. That's complete right around the 8. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Detroit!
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Lucky 56.
And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Josh Allen on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bills will extend their lead. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
He'll buy some time right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Stafford. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. Remain here in the first half. Back to Buffalo after this. Third and 2, Stafford. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now a first carry for their fullback. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. From his end zone on 3rd and long, Allen. And a right side completion here by LaFell. And they'll get him down up past the 15. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
We used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. He's going to go for a big play downfield. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Detroit! Detroit!
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And able to find Curley. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
To throw, it's Allen. This one complete to Coleman. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The Bills on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park, with the Bills taking the lead into the break. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there, because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right up.
Allen hit. He lost the football. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
On second down, here's Allen. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Throwing on first down is Allen. A double underneath to Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Allen. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Corey Coleman with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Hauschka adds the extra point, and it is 28-0. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline and puts on...
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And the Bills have recovered. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
Following the fumble recovery, Allen hit. He lost the football. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble it.
Under pressure, they got him again. Matt Milano in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On second down, here's Stafford. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
All right, here we go.
They'll try and get the running game going with McCoy. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. And here's Allen, operating from the gun. Trying to get it to LaFell, but it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick, and he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. He was looking to get it to LaFell there. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
After the interception, here's Stafford. An incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
It really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. On 2nd and 10, Stafford. He's going to air one out. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against the secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He loses 5 full yards to bring up 4th. Here's Sam Martin now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. With it is Brown. 51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Allen to throw. Going to throw again. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
All right, now look at 56.
On 3rd down, Allen. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight, He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Colton Schmidt now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Now this is fielded in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Lions will take over at the 20. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Out to the right here to Wilson. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 35. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
20 yards on both of those plays back-to-back there. They are moving now. It's another first down. Stafford on first down. Flushed out right. Got some real estate inside the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. From the gun, here's Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again.
Back now in Buffalo. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. From the gun, Stafford. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Thought they Something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
Now the backup, A.J. McCarron. And this will be a dump off for Kelly. A big play there on the catch and run. 47 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
That is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Corey Brown, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bills turn that interception into a touchdown. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line.
Here we go. 3-19. 3-19. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And Roberts with it over the middle. A gain of 6 there on first. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Check. Lucky. Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Go.
They go play action here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, Michael Roberts, there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And he gets it down to the 32. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
On play action. They'll throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever.
On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant. You've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now Castle. He's going to float this one deep right side. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Lions on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Castle. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Here's Sam Martin now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. Working from the gun here, McCarron. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, if somebody like there got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
This is Reddick on the screen. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. They'll wind up losing 7 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this.
Detroit!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And some room to maneuver. The left side completion to Jones. He's at the 30. 10. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Still an important piece of business to... Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he will get into the end zone as the deficit moves from really bad to slightly less than really bad. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Bills getting set to go. They had the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages.
Now let's go.
McCarron going to throw it here. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Green 39.
Shotgun snap for McCarron. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's A.J. McCarron. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 23 yards on the play.
And they just hit another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
The age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
Give the tackle to Tease Tabor that time.
We got three down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll go again with Kelly. Able to spin free and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 6 on the play, and now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. A little insult to injury here late in the game. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So it was the defense that jumped, and that'll move them 5 yards closer.
Wonder how they did it. What if they twitched a little bit up front, you know, a little subtle head movement the officials didn't detect, but they got it done. Now they're 5 yards closer for their field goal attempt.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. A little insult to injury here late in the game. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Bills, it's a 4th win of the campaign as they get to 4-10 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Detroit, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.